Alrighty, in this one we're going to be taking apart and scrapping out a steam carpet cleaner, commercial style. This one's made by Advance. It's called Aqua Clean. And there's a fair amount of wiring in this control here. And it is touch, so there may be a board in there. And there is some wire in there that you can see that somebody's already cut the cord short on this. And underneath these, if I can get that to where you can see there, there's a fair amount of yellow brass fittings on the bottom of this unit and a good size electric motor in the bottom there. So the first thing we'll start out doing is take the screws out of this back panel here and get this piece off. You can see I've already taken that top water reservoir off. It's all plastic. It'll go in our plastic scrap. And this front piece there will be aluminum. And there may be a couple of other pieces on the back side of this in there that'll have a piece of aluminum in there that where the water is heated, and a couple of elements. We'll get started taking this stuff apart and see what we come up with. Okay, we got the back piece off of that control panel. Pretty decent little board in there, a couple of copper bearing pieces on there, and another transformer, a couple of EPROMs there. So that's a pretty nice board there. We'll take out these screws here and a couple of screws there, and that'll free up all this wire that's in the control of this unit. Went ahead and cut this short from the base of the control unit there, and you can see that's got some real heavy copper wire in that. So we'll continue with that, and then in addition to my regular work gloves, I'm going to put on a pair of latex gloves, or in my case the powder-free latex gloves, to get work in the bottom of that, because like I said, we found it on the side of the road and there's no telling what that would have been used to clean or whatever. So anyway, we want to be safe with that, so we'll have latex gloves on underneath our regular work gloves, our standard eye protection, and then a mask. Anytime you're working on a vacuum cleaner or shop vac or a carpet cleaner or anything like that, you're going to have fine particulate matter that's going to come off of it, so you need to have breathing protection on there as well. So we'll don up and then continue tearing this apart. Okay, we've taken several screws out. I was going to take this screw out here, but it was rusted in, just popped out. We've taken the 4 screws out around our control valve. As you can see, we've cut our hose there and there and there, and what that allows us to do is just take our pliers or whatever you want to do and lift this whole piece up. Now that is everything that's going to have your yellow brass on it. Of course, you'll want to take a flathead screwdriver and take all your hose clamps off, and then separate your yellow brass from your plastic and steel that's on that. Now it's time to make a decision. You can take your 1/2-inch socket and take out these 4, or not 4, there's more than 4, the corner bolts here that you see, and take this bottom panel off. And then once you take the bottom panel off, you'll need to take your sweeper off. It has 1 screw there on the side, and then more stainless 1/2-inch bolts on the side there, and to get into that small electric motor that's in there that runs the pump. And the motor for the brush is actually in the housing itself on this side. The whole piece there runs off of one item there. So some people, if it's not worth it to you to tear that down to get that electric motor out, you may want to keep the whole thing as one whole piece and take it to your scrap yard. If you start breaking it down, you're going to lose some of that heavy plastic that's on it. But for video purposes, I'm going to go ahead and take this apart so you can see the size of the motor that's going to be on the inside of this. So we'll keep going. Okay, we've got the bottom piece taken off and took our motor out. There was just 4 bolts there that held that in. That's a 1/4 horsepower Emerson electric motor. We tested it. It is good. So we'll list that on one of the online sites and get sold, Craigslist or something. There's our board. There's our piece that's going to have our yellow brass fittings on it. And there's all the wire that come out of that. Like I said, that's some heavy gauge stuff. We'll get it stripped down so we can use it. And everything else went in the trailer over there. Just all one piece to put in there. So that is stripping down a steam carpet cleaner. Again, I want you guys to subscribe, and we'll learn together and make some money. And again, happy scrapping.